double elim.
Yeah, but how about double elim with 5-player groups?
Bro. One player just gets to buy into double.
I don't know how it would work. Look, I'm not here to figure out the logistics. I'm just here to tell you that the people want more games.
Honestly, sometimes I
do
think
not
you're a
provide.
genius, but the other times I realize you're actually just throwing shit at the wall, and sometimes it sticks. Like,
Yeah. The fact that you thought I was a genius shows how dumb you are, though. So it's a self-report at the same time.
self-report. No, it's okay. I'll take it. Acceptable self-report. All right, you were super excited about these games.
Yeah, I actually was. It's rare that I message you for any reason whatsoever, but this morning I was just checking out the TL calendar and I saw Creator versus Rogue and Max Specs versus Cure. And I was close to, you know, my heart started beating faster at a very rapid pace. So I ran to my computer from downstairs. My heart was beating even faster because of that intense activity. I was like, wow. I have a smartwatch nowadays, so it was like 182. It's very quick.
It's like, are you exercising?
My max heart rate was supposed to be 175, so I was, you know, going well over. And then I just checked again, you know, I just kept refreshing. Like, there's no way. Creator Rogue and Max Specs versus Cure on one day. It was funny because this morning I was watching some replays of Max Specs versus Cure from like some other final. Maybe it was also from one of your tournaments. And that series was phenomenal. So I got like double excited. He was like, man, I can't wait to see their next series. And then I go to TL.net. I see their next series is today. It was like being like waking up at Christmas. Actually, Christmas never was important for Dutch people because we had our own, you know, we have the guy that comes by on the 5th of December. We don't really do Santa very much. Waking up at Christmas morning was just like a regular morning pretty much.
It's kind of sad though.
Yeah, but we already had it earlier than you guys.
Yeah, but then you're missing out. That's perfect excuse to do it again.
We were going big, my dear friend. You're going big.
You get it early, but then the fun's over too soon. So
yeah, it's true.
Win some, lose
There's
some.
also only one day where the old fart comes by in the Netherlands. And Santa Claus, he comes 2 days now.
Not in the UK. In the UK, it's just one day.
Okay,
a lot of Europe does the Christmas Eve is the big day, but then, you know, why not do Christmas Day as well? It's interesting.
You guys call that Boxing Day, no? The 25th?
The 26th.
26th Boxing. Okay, gotcha.
25th is our
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Christmas is honestly making big gains in the Netherlands now as like the primary character. Yeah. I don't know why that is.
Good to hear.
Yeah. We had the old guy on the horse going over the roofs. You guys have the reindeer, magical reindeer. It's much less convincing if you ask me.
It's meant to be mystical, you know?
Flying reindeer, I've never seen it. I have seen horses though.
You've seen
but
have you seen horses on a roof?
No, but you can imagine that that is possible. Horses are fairly like horses can walk in extremely poor terrain without hurting themselves.
Right.
Sometimes they do hurt themselves, but like they can climb mountains and stuff.
Have you ever seen a reindeer?
No.
So how do you know it can't fly?
No, because it just doesn't feel
just
right.
Because
you would have heard
seen
about it. It's too unicorn-like.
I have heard about it. I've heard about it with the standard guy.
And also, you have never seen a reindeer, so you're not even sure if a reindeer.
We actually have a reindeer farm near us.
What are they farmed? Like reindeer meat?
I don't know. I think they just keep them there until Christmas, and then they go flying around the world. I'm not sure. Every time we drive down the road, it just says reindeer. There's like there's a reindeer sign, and you can see them in the field.
One of my friends owns an alpaca farm.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
I think they have like, I'm not sure what they do there because I don't think they sell the meat because they keep the alpacas around.
Well,
I think they sell the young ones or something.
Well, don't they use?
I think it's like for the fur and the milk.
I was gonna say the fur probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, this is a great way to pass the first 5 minutes of PvZ where nothing happened.
What? This is an exciting early game. Just because you don't understand the intricacies of the matchup doesn't mean all of us are. You know?
I summarize every PvZ before 5 minutes as this just had to happen.
Adepts go across the map, maybe kill some work. But it's interesting to see the differences in how people handle it, you know?
It is, but I said he didn't do this a lot. So
it's like if you boil everything down to, you know, oh, this always happens. It's the same in
yeah,
football.
no. Obviously, yeah, that's lazy casting, but at the end of the day...
22 guys on the field.
I'd
when
agree.
Are they finally scoring? Good lord.
I'd agree if it wasn't such a bad matchup for the first 5 minutes.
Oh,
maybe it's because I don't have
lagging.
the... Yeah, someone's like... maybe it's because I don't have the Protoss point of view of it, right? You know, I've never really played Protoss as much, so I'm just like... To me, it doesn't interest me as much as like the TVP, TVZ openers and so on, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it definitely stems from your lack of knowledge and curiosity.
Yeah.
Both at the same time.
Definitely the lack of curiosity, yeah.
Yeah. Not a curious George. Curious George is a monkey, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have him in the Netherlands either, just like we didn't have Santa.
I only know about him because of other people talking about him. I don't think I ever watched Curious George or whatever you do.
It's the same with Where's Waldo. I never played that as a kid either.
I didn't hear about this until everyone realized my name was very similar to that. And then they were also... Yeah, but I think they also realized it was funny because they were like, man, you just showed up out of nowhere because I was just invisible to all the cool kids. They're like...
Yeah.
Became a good joke for them. But
they were laughing at you, right? Not with
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're laughing at me, but at the same time I was like, man, it's cool to be included for once.
Yeah, that's true. Right, we actually have a bit of an attack here coming out of Creator. Creator magically is up about 10 workers and also is putting on significant pressure here. Lots of links are being caught in the stasis ward. Melee upgrade not quite finished up yet, but Creator still decides to piss off over here. Good start for him, to be quite honest. Infestation Pit is going to be fast. We also have a Baneling Nest. This is kind of a confused rogue here, I would say. Feels like he wants to rush into a fast hive, but it also feels like he wants to deal some damage with Hydra Ling Bane. He has about 1.5k resources in the bank. He has no larva really available. Okay, now he builds a couple of Hydras, and he gets a hive. What do you make of this, Wardy? Because to me, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's a rogue build. And just a bit of what he wants. I mean, I think it'll be okay for Rogue if he gets up to Lurkers. You can play kind of a fun game from there. Obviously, the Hive can give you Vipers too. I feel like you got a decent setup as long as you don't die soon, and he's got enough lings to keep that from happening, so I'm okay with it.
What are the Banelings for, though, is what I want to wonder. It feels like it's
just
a distraction.
That part I don't know. Maybe he just wants to start the run bys. Just hit some bases. But that's always going to take away from your Ling Hydra count, or like your Hydra Lurker count.
Yeah. Definitely will. This is an interesting fight. Links are actually kind of chewing through here, man. +1 links are absolutely cracked. Many people only call them cracked after they get the Adrenal Glands upgrade, but +1 links like are low-key cracked against Stalkers. That end up being an okay fight. 82 drones to 76 probies. Colossus Immortal usually does kind of feel like there's a bit of a timer on the Protoss if you compare it to Storm, right? Storm is this upgrade where you have it, it's good against everything. Colossus is good against like a limited amount of units. It's great against Lynx, it's great against Hydras. It really sucks against Lurkers.
Yep. It's going to be one of those things where the investment's going to be a bit questionable further down the line, but now we're getting Storm from Creator too. He's just like one Colossus, one Disruptor, one Immortal, Storm. One of everything.
One of everything. You can't counter a man who builds one of everything, Wardy. Those are the rules.
He's thinking ahead, man.
Stasis Ward. He's gonna capture one of these links here. So you got a couple extra cannons up. You have Storm about halfway done. I do feel like we should go for a bit of a timing to at least gain some map control when you're in Creator's shoes. Yeah, I feel like that would be nice. Is he gonna follow this up with a bunch of Immortals? It's legit just a single Colossus with range. That is huge investment for just a single unit, no? Robo Bay, I guess he has the Disruptor too, but I'm not too fond of that either. We have a fast 5th as well for Creator. Fleet Beacon coming out, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Usually that's when the first Tempests are popping out. As Rogue just straight up goes into 10 gas late game. 6th base on the way too. Rogue must feel very confident here.
Yeah. I feel like he's kind of enjoying the position. The Ling is going to get past that Disruptor. Actually going to get us around. Can they kill anything? I mean, we are going to get the Disruptor, so pretty successful attack. We also lost a little bit of HP, which might impact us a bit further down the line as well. Very cool.
Yeah. Very cool indeed. Minus 30 Link skills with Disruptor.
Yeah.
There's no Hydras here. That means that the Oracles are actually just going to be capable of solving this by themselves. Like, eventually this is gonna run out, right? And if you're not killing anything big here, you're just losing a lot of gas as the Zerg player. Nidus goes up in the main base at the same time. There are going to be a couple of lurkers in there. All of these are actually just going to die. Rogue is just giving them up as a distraction. However, the distraction didn't work as the Nidus won't finish up either. So now this just ends up being a bad move.
Yeah, this is honestly just the throw into the top right. And he multiple times unburrowed, could have absolutely pulled away and just doubled down on it, right? It was really his own choice and could have pulled back, and just the fact that no Hydra showed up at any point to help those out is kind of crazy, because that lurker count is a lot of what made Rogue kind of very powerful on this map.
Yeah, no, it absolutely feels like if there was like 6 Hydras there, that base is toast. Also, if he just pulls back, he keeps 8 extra lurkers alive, which is probably a pretty decent deal as well. Lurkers now going to pop out on the far right side, but we have a pretty decently sized army there. Lurker count is only at 11 lurkers, 6 new ones on the way. I think we're once again going to go for one of these Niduses, but there's cannons everywhere. We have units spread around the bases. I just don't see a way for Rogue really to, you know, to find some type of some angle here. Well, he's gonna go into the natural, but the cannon is already shooting at this Nidus before it even starts. So tough luck there, brother.
The Nidus will be popping in a moment, but I'll be popping to death as Kratos just defense is good. The problem is that Rogue's army had a lot of like momentum built around it and a lot of potential maybe to run around, but it feels like he gave that up, and now Kratos is gonna be way more secure. And so at this point, it feels like Kratos' army gets to be a whole lot better. Rogue is on his way to Aspire, some drop lords as well, so he's still looking to play this, trying to be everywhere, trying to cause distractions, trying to just find ways to deal damage kind of style. But it's going to be tough as the storm comes down, hits the few lurkers again.
Yeah, this is looking very, very tough right now. It's going to get that Spire. It's double Evos as well, just pumping stuff out. It's going to get 3-3 upgrade. I almost feel like a drop would be nice, but at the same time, the main base is pretty well defended. Like, there's 2 cannons. We have these random units just hanging around. Creator now starts spreading his army across the map a little bit more aggressively. And he's just kind of keeping control of ramps. That seems to be his entire game plan here. Is to make sure that the other guy can never run up a ramp.
Which is a good way to do it, right? Because you can really hold the high ground and then take a lot of bases on the high ground on this map, so you can keep him from running up those ramps. You're going to be looking good. The drop lords will look for a bit more of an exciting pathway for Rogue, who has not been able to break the main in a while. We're going to dive onto this army as well, but he doesn't like it. Now the lurker's exposed. Another few lurkers going down. Next is going to get a little bit of a pre-scout in, so we are going to be able to maybe get something in position, but this drop is going to unload.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lurkers in there. If the mothership goes home, however, there's not going to be a single overseer here. Colossus is going to help out from the side. Immortal count, I think, is good enough. Actually, the positioning out of Creator is really bad. No entire once more in this push, though. It means that these triple oracles, once again, are just going to deal an infinite amount of damage. This is crazy that these 3 oracles have stopped 2 major attacks already at this point. This could have actually been scary after the mismanagement out of Creator, but due to the complete lack of Hydras, it ends up being kind of okay.
Yeah, the Hydras, man, maybe we need some of these a couple times over in these fights. As Creator will push this back, the lurkers go down again, and Rogue is back to the building blocks of his army. As he is only on Lings, Hydras, and only then, there's 90 Lings, 9 Hydras, he's going to morph lurkers again now, but yeah, he really does need just a little bit of extra supporter points. You're going to run by with the Lings and try and cause chaos right here. It's obviously not a bad way to do it, especially when you've got so many Lings, but if you lose all these Lings as well, you're opening the door for maybe counterattacks to open, because if Creator cleans this up comfortably, maybe he just runs to the other side as those Lings look for Immortals on the natural. Will not get those. This is honestly just not going to find much of anything, really. I mean, P-Probe is finally going to start going down, but it took a while.
Yeah, a bit of time, a bit of chaos, perhaps, as he's going to try to walk in here once more with a bunch of lurkers. 3-4 workers end up going down. The links from the stasis are now ready to deal a bit more damage. Not sure if they're going to be capable of doing that, as the left side 6th base is under attack as well. Upgrades for Creator are looking solid too. What is the overall Tempest count? We're at 3 Tempests, but they're not here. That's a bad start of this fight for the Protoss player. He ends up losing a couple of Immortals, a lot of damage on the other Immortals, a lot of damage on the Templar too. And Rogue actually making some magic happen here, Wardy.
Yeah, he is. He's keeping the pressure up, and he's pushing his way through a couple of bases. This is going to be interesting now, though, because Rogue just did a great job. What does he do next? Because it feels as though at this point, do you just try and deny a 5th base again? Because all the bases now across the top of the map, can you still push into those? Or is that just stepping too far forward? Does he just sit back, deny the 5th, and just eventually overwhelm?
I think his plan probably should rely heavily on base trading until he's got a good enough army to start doing other things again. So we see 8 new lurkers on the way. There's already 6 out, so it's going to go up to 14. I do believe that he doesn't want to fight in a straight-up engagement right now. His opponent has pretty big army supply, a lot of cash in the bank still as well. Top right is pretty much secure. We're going to get a new Nidus down in the natural, but instant warp in, and Creator's got to take care of that. He's been on point when it comes to dealing with these Niduses, by the way.
Yep. He's been great as the hatches, the lings, the carapace continue to come about here. These zerglings will run over. There's going to be some of the zealots going to get grabbed. We'll just have ourselves the overseers, lings, and hydras pulling back over to the left side a little bit. A couple of units go down in the center. The changelings will fall. Ling lurker trying to push up top. A couple of storms ready to go. Extra lurkers. You're going to be taking some more damage as well.
This is a great attack on the top right, by the way. Not a single Templar inside means that pure Lings actually have a lot of value. Lurkers in the back helping out as well. There is a Tempest, there are a couple of Storms, and I do believe that Creator will be capable of cleaning up this Lurker count, but for once Rogue decides to run away, and that's the good call. Left side at the same time also has a fight going on, so Rogue is trying to deal damage at 2 fronts. I guess he's trading somewhat okay, but overall still down 8k.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the issue, but as long as you can keep the money coming, which right now Rogue is able to be, then you are kind of in that position where you can kind of throw units away to some extent. If your goal is just to keep the Protoss off these bases, and that does seem achievable. Even if it's just like 1 new base at a time, Rogue will just overtake the map so much faster. This is the problem, right? If Creator pushes, his army is so much stronger, and he has way more army supplies. So this is where Rogue has to look for more counterattacks and base trades, but then does he ever clean up this army, or is this just forever going to be Rogue running around the map? Or does he actually try, which I think even with Lurkers defensively placed, might be a pretty big struggle.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but so far so good, honestly. Top right side Lurkers dealing a lot of damage. It feels like Creator's a little bit disjointed here as well. Observer's gonna fly into a spore. No, manages to barely escape. Creator's supply is down to 130, and every second that goes by is a great second for Rogue, as he's significantly outmining his opponent. 3k to 1k minerals a minute. Lurkers are still in position. Immortals are breaking through. One of the observers goes down. I think we have 1 observer left remaining, or 2 observers left remaining, but a lot of these immortals are falling. Storms are almost non-existent right now in this army. And if Rogue manages to gather the next 14, 15, 16 Hydras together and then go again, I think he should be capable of holding this.
Yeah, it's very, very close. The next result is going to show up as well. That one High Templar would love to get the Storm back in play. Rogue can give up some bases. Like, he can buy a bit of time, right? Like, he doesn't need this right base with all the damage he's done elsewhere. He can back it up just for a few moments here. He just needs to regather his forces. A new round of Lurkers on the way, and they will have some Hydra support as well, which is very important to note as well, as the Spore Crawlers get taken out next. Creator's pushing on forwards as he should be. He's got no time to kind of wait around. Can Rogue find the numbers he needs? Nice Storm, going to hit a lot of things trying to come up that ramp, and Rogue gets a supply block now, so going to make it even tougher to get units out.
That is actually very, very tough. There's just a single observer with this army, by the way. He's awfully close to moving into spores frequently. Overseer plus Hydra.
He gets it. The observer goes down, so the detection is going to be minimal, aka non-existent right now. The Lurkers just need to be in reach, and they do get in reach. Low HP. We're going to see the Overseer taken down, so now no one can see each other. And this army from Creator will step away 42 to 46. Army supply in the game at the moment, as Creator steps back and gives it a second. And Rogue just tries to reposition. Where are we at in terms of detection? There are new observers. There's a new one right now, and the Lurker's going to get jumped on, but the Zealots will fall. Do we have any anti-air? 12 Hydras building, and it's only the air units left for Creator.
Yeah, losing that mothership also a pretty big deal there. No Storms remaining, and I think eventually these Hydras, even without good Carapace upgrades, are going to be good enough to deal with the Tempest carrier. GG gets called, and Rogue wins an unlikely game number 1.
A great opening game.
Disgusting. Non-transparent.
Non-transparent.
Disgusting.
StarCraft. The merch must be one of the
creator.
only things I do not openly discuss, because no one buys merch. I don't even know how to get to my own merch store. Oh, WardiBot just posted it.
That is what a guilty man would say. I don't
even know what you can buy anymore. You can buy a t-shirt, a mug, or a different mug. It's pretty cool.
What are the prices on these things?
Pretty. The shirt's $24. Pretty pricey.
Rip off.
Yeah, pretty nice shirt though, actually. I like mine a lot.
Actually, 24 is really cheap for a merch shirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the WardiTV brand adds much value to it, you know?
Nah, if anything. It does make sense why it's such a low price. I heard these shirts sell for 28 without the logo.
You know, someone donated to me not so long ago. They donated like $5 when I was offline as well, and there was a donation message that said, "Hi, I have no idea how to buy a WardiTV mug, but I broke my husband's and I feel really bad and I need to get him a new one." And I was like, I feel so bad because I have no idea if you can even do that anymore. This was crazy to me. Someone cared about it so much.
That's really nice, though.
It was nice. I refunded that donation to them. They shouldn't have to pay to get info, you know?
True.
And then
So you took the PayPal fees as well?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I think it's a fake story. Until we see the receipts, it's probably just to make you look good in front of the fans.
No, I literally, I remember doing it for I remember putting it into my taxes like a few months ago.
Oh, the transaction fee?
Whatever, because I guess it came in and then it went out or whatever, so whatever it came up was on PayPal. But I remember seeing it and thinking, that looks weird. I was like, oh no, that's why. I remember what it was for.
Very cool.
Very cool. It wasn't
I would not have refunded it, by the way, just for complete transparency. I would have taken it. I would have sent an email saying, send another 5 and I'll tell you. And then I would have ghosted.
Sorry, junk mailed.
Dude, there's no way. Unbelievable. €5 donation. They think I'll help them out. Yeah. Get in the game. Rogue with an absolutely massive first game here. Game 2 is going to be on Maganata. You know, before game 1, I was thinking, as a Zerg, you probably want small maps for all-ins. But after seeing game 1, I don't think Rogue wants to all-in. I think Rogue is here, you know, for the good times. For the night assist, for the Hydra lurker stuff. Like, this guy plays like an absolute... He plays a little bit the range.
He does. It's fun to watch.
It's very fun to watch, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He is very fun to watch. He makes just Zerg look fun, right? Like it doesn't have to be meticulous or exact. He just kind of throws a bit of everything at people, and he does it very well. And he still plays extremely quickly, which is very important when you play those kind of styles. So it's been a
he had a crappy early game too, huh? He was on like 10 workers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the early game was not pretty. Not pretty at all.
Is he link flooding?
Yeah, surely not. 33.
Probably like a cancel on the third base is his goal. There's like 14 links. Or whatever, 12 links I can count. There's no way you get that probe. Yeah, he's gonna run back as well. You know what's the best feeling in the world as a Zerg? Is when you pretend like you go for the probe, they activate the pulsar beam and don't even get a single hit on. Like that is such insane mental damage that you deal to the Protoss player, it's crazy.
Mental damage that has a beautiful little band-aid called the energy recharge nowadays. This used to mean so much more.
50 energy down the drain though.
50 energy, yeah, but you want to throw it on the Oracle anyway 90% of the time.
True. Oh, there we go. Attack on 2 adepts. Oh, second Oracle shows up though. This is going to be a close one. 1 adept for, what is that, 7 links or so? Or 9 links? Not sure how worthwhile that is, as the Oracle on the main base is taking some serious damage after just getting a single kill.
Just about survives, huh?
+1 starts on the melee as well. So once again with a fast melee. We've seen Rogue play a lot of Hydra Link Bane in the past, by the way. He is really a big fan of like these 78, 82, 83 drone Hydra Link Bane attacks. Then eventually he gets like a token hive and then he just keeps going with Hydra Link Bane. I'm a huge fan of watching that.
I enjoy the Hydra Link Bane style. I think it's been an all-time kind of composition, you know? It's always fun, it's exciting, it's the engagements. I always feel like Hydra Link Bane engagements are very difficult to read, so it's always fun to kind of see what happens with them as well.
True. Very true. Look how fast that robo facility is here. Is this going to be a Sentry Stalker Immortal push? With, like, you know, one of these old school ones? I feel like Classic used to do this in 2018. You'd get 3 Stargate units and then push out with +1 and 3 Immortals, and that would be it. We also get a Prism with this, which feels doubly odd. Like, this almost feels like there should be Glaives, but it ain't there.
Let's see. That's pretty good. Well, we have the Adepts going to show up. Yeah, it's a lot of Adepts with no Glaives, right? But it's something... I feel like we've seen stuff like this before, where they just move out and they try and have a lot of numbers on the map. I always feel as though I watch and I'm like, but what are you gonna do? Like, your units don't do anything right now. So I suppose we'll see what happens here.
I suppose we will see what happens. I think nothing will happen unless he accidentally finishes this shade.
That'd be a disaster, wouldn't it?
3 oracles, 1 prism. Like, what is the plan? This feels like the type of build that might almost cancel a 5th base. And then you're like, all right, I just built 12 adepts to cancel a 5th. It's not great. What the hell is Rogue doing? He's skipping everything, goes straight. Is he going for an ultra rush?
I mean, the infestation pit's on the way down, so maybe.
Yeah, Rogue is actually busted in the head in a positive manner. Like, this guy is so freaking cool. We have a Phoenix on the way. Creators just scouted and it's like, okay, you have pure links. I've seen nothing of value, and now you're building a 5th base. I bet this is Mura. He's adding cannons at his 3rd. Rogue is scouting this Stargate with his overseers, probably smiling to himself. We're gonna get an adept move out once more. If it didn't work with 12 adepts 6 minutes in, it is well known that it's going to be much more effective 7 minutes in with less adepts.
I love that map. It's always good to hear as the Pains and the Lings show up for a moment or two. We'll have ourselves the Storm charge and +1 all coming in and online. But Predator gets a few drones, and that's going to be about it. It gets cleaned up, and now the Bane speed is going to be done as well, so it's going to give us a little bit more excitement over these next few moments.
Wait, what is he going to do with the Banelings, Wardy? I think he's not going to do anything. He's getting carapace upgrades. He is rushing ultras. These Banelings are there because he thought he was being glaive all in. Hey, these Banelings are not going to be rolling into anything, let me tell you. Actually, it's more likely that they get a dropper lord and then start dropping. This would be sick. As the Spore is now moving over to snipe this Observer that's in between bases. 5th base is finally up for Rogue. The last time I saw someone succeed with an Ultra Rush was legitimately in probably 2012 or something like that. And that's just because the Infestor was so broken back then. You could get away with anything.
Good old days.
8-minute Ultra Cavern, Wardy. Please, talk to me. Explain.
Bro, you're the expert here. I mean, it just feels like you're going to get absolutely destroyed. Like, the guy's building Immortals. I can't tell you how these Ultras are going to be good. Like, I do not see the way in which that exists right now. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm also having a lot of trouble with this. We're going to get very good upgrades. And we're going to get Burrow as well. I'm not sure if this is for Burrow Baneling setups or if this is going to be for eventual Infestors with Neural Parasite. We have 2 armies that are set up pretty much to base trade. I think the plan here is actually very simple for Rogue. I think he's... Oh, never mind. He's just going to go in. Okay, he dealt 0 damage on the left side. Right side is going to deal no damage as well, I guess. He's going to get 5 workers total, a couple of Zealots.
Yeah, it could have been I mean, we're hoping for a whole lot more than that, right? These units need to get in and do some damage. 6 probes, a few Zealots. The Ultra's now on the way through. I still just don't see what fight these Ultras take. But they just melt to Immortals, you know? Like, I don't see it at all.
I'm so curious. I actually cannot wait for this. So usually what happens with Immortal versus Ultra is that you match the Ultra count with Immortals and you just blast them. Like, you absolutely destroy them, right? And then the reality of the situation is that Immortals are also good against Ling Bane, and that they're Storm, which is also good against Ling Bane, and Ultras are more supply than Immortals. So, Ling Bane Ultra is pretty good against Terran because Ling Bane and Ultra all beat Marines. Or at least Bane and Ultra beat Marines. And if you get some Infestors, they're even okay against Marauders and Ghost. It doesn't really work against Protoss because Protoss just... They have very good units that deal with Ultras extremely well. They can stand there and fight. And now it's 7 Immortals versus 4 Ultras. Rogue is also working with a high worker count. Like, dude, he's gonna need to pull some real freaking sick magic tricks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to be trying to attack absolutely everywhere. At the same time, he'll also have Zealots at home to deal with. Maybe if he could find like a portion of this army and jump on part of it, maybe that's the route. That Storm is going to be very nice. Knocks most of those Banes down, but if you do get through, and actually the High Templar's in trouble, the Ultra's just going to jump on top of the Immortals, so that's pretty much the best fight you could have found as Rogue right then and there. And that's going to make us look a little silly, because so far, they'll just look good, but then Immortals show up, and we see kind of, you know, the power of these Immortals. However, the distraction has been good for Lings to get in, and Creator has to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, this is extremely impressive. Rogue here killed 16 workers, killed a fort base. He still has the issue that his army absolutely blows. So in a direct engagement, he's probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes a Ling ultra attack now on the Archon Immortal. Oracle's in the back as well, helping out massively as... Immortal's actually taking a lot of damage overall. We get a good lift with a Phoenix on one of these Immortals. The Immortals are going to fall. Dude, Rogue is absolutely destroying Creator here big time. This is just outplaying with a capital O.
I mean, this is, I think the big issue, right, is just that Rogue is getting the right units into the fight at the right time. Like, Creator just can't seem to get an answer to the Lings when he needs them. And then he has an answer to the Lings, the Ultras are there, and the Ultras, again, everything is just fighting the right thing. You will finally get a defense here, is a bit more static defense, and just everything collects together will help. But Rogue is just taking the map during this as well, and if you can just keep, going like this and keep Creator's army reset, Creator's going to have a very, very tough time. Creator's stepping into the map as though he wants to push.
Yeah, I think he should, actually. I think it's the only thing he can do. I mean, he's playing against someone on 90 drones. He needs to fight before anything big comes out. He only has 2 Immortals, which is kind of low. He has 2 more that are going to move across the map. If he gets like 3-4 Templar with Storm on this side of the map, and he has 4 or 5 Immortals, it could still work, but it's going to be real tough. Here comes the slow zone. It's not going to help out too much. Immortal control is okay. Ultras are moving in forward. I just think Rogue has too much crap, to be honest. This is such an impressive win out of Rogue. Like, just completely outspeeding his opponent.
Yeah. Crazy
That was
stuff.
crazy.
Rogue looking good. Love to see that.